Alright guys, as you've probably guessed by the title of the video, the delivery war for 2021 is finally finished. We've made it to 100%, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn through these fights really quickly and then get to the boss, and I'll show you how I beat him on an end game dodge build. Alright, we've made it to the Rat King, so let's see what we're made of. It's gonna start with Earth, so we gotta get us. Oh, we're already in our Earth armor. So we'll see what's gonna happen here. Alright, sweet. So I got told that the SP attack is the main thing to worry for. So what we're gonna do is just let our pet mitigate that with the SP attack. So what we're gonna do is gonna do Purple Rain. And then Shadow Feeder Pendant, because we don't want to lose a turn, right? And then I'm gonna put on some Invincible Star just in case, because like you never know. And then we go back to Purple Rain. And so what we want to do here is grab our Arctic's Guest, because it's going to give us the blocking, and then we'll stick with Underwormling for now, and then switch to Ghost Costume, and then our Dodge Shield, and I think that should be alright. Then we'll put on Evil Corp logo, because it's going to give us a big blocking boost. I guess from here we just start attacking, right? And hopefully don't get hit. So Underwormling's gonna take the SP. So that's good. So that means that I think for the rest of the battle, unless there's some sort of hidden skill that the Rat King has, we're gonna be absolutely fine, and we can just dodge our way through this. Yeah, there goes the SP. So I guess what we can do is we can give ourselves the New Year's Ball, which is basically a new dodge pet from the limited time shop. Sort of works like the shield, actually, the dodge shield. So when you block, the monster takes light damage, and this actually boosts your blocking like the Pig Drake pet, but it's an extra form of damage as well, which is absolutely perfect, because like with a dodge build already, you're kind of already a bit scrapped for damage sometimes, so it's nice to have that extra bit of boost, especially since our guest isn't really doing any damage, it's just boosting our blocking ability. But here we're gonna need to go back to Underwormling just to get rid of that SP, and then I guess from here the battle's gonna be pretty straightforward. I was expecting a bit of a tougher fight, but I mean, I'm not entirely sure how non-dodge builds would fare with this boss fight, what they would do to mitigate the SP attack. One thing that could potentially kill dodge builds, like in general, is monsters having auto hit for every attack, like particularly boss fights like this where they just don't miss, and I think that would kill the build completely, because currently this is the best, well, in my opinion, the best boss slaying build in the entire game, but there would be severe implications if that were to change, because obviously if you wouldn't be able to block, then this win right here wouldn't have happened. But what we're going to do now is, now that we've finished the fight, we're going to take a look at the shop after this dialogue. You know, I'm not really someone who's actually focused on much of the storyline or dialogue in this game, like ever. I kind of just skip through the game, and I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I'm just interested in actually playing it, not so much the sort of backstory. But I mean, you know, it's interesting for a lot of people. I think the Devourer saga was amazing, but 121 million for this. what does it actually do, first of all? A replica of the former regalia the knights were wearing when abducted, similarly warped and bearing a host of properties blending strength, finesse, and magical power. So I figure that there's going to be a few skills wrapped into it, right? Does that justify the price tag though? Because if you look at an armor like, I don't know, Paladin or Necromancer, they have like 30 skills basically wrapped into them, and they only cost like what, 48 million, when in theory they should be like $1 billion gold, because of how much they just compress inside one armor. But I think so we're gonna grab the armor. We're gonna vault a few of them. Gonna grab the shield. Touched by a mysterious entity's whim, which must have found you entertaining enough to protect. This shield increases your resistance to status effects. Oh, okay. Okay, that's actually really good, I think. It depends by how much, but I'm really a fan of the status infliction and like status resistance type equipment. Like Necromancer has been amazing for that, so that's completely fine by me. Grab the painting. Can we grab multiple? I'll put it in my vault. We'll grab one more, just for my main character. I'm not too worried about my third character, and then there's just the titles. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the equipment. I'm gonna see which character it would be best to put the equipment on, and then from there we'll play around with it and I'll show you guys what it does. Alright guys, so we've got the full set. I just got the shield into my inventory, got the weapon, armor, and we picked up the pet a while ago because that was released before some of these items, but I've moved all the equipment onto my Backlash character because he currently has Werepire, which is like amazing for panic skills and like effects and stuff, and this set is panic themed, so I figured that it would be best to try it on this, and we'll see what we can do with it. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to test out the new equipment. I've only seen the armor, spell, and pet because I've used the spell and pet in a previous video, and I saw the armor on Discord and it looks amazing. Like the artwork is so sick in my opinion. There it is. Yeah, I love the color, I love the design. It's a little bit different to the styles that we get in the game at the moment, so I think it's a nice sort of switch up. Oh, the shield looks nice with it, doesn't it? That's a nice shield. And yeah, the weapon's nice too. It looks really good together. And get the pet. The pet's a little bit sort of not really the same design as the rest of the set, like it's a little bit off, but I mean it still looks great, and the pet's probably like the best part of the set in my opinion, well, until we've tried the armor, I guess. So what we're going to do is we're going to test it out. Naturally I would probably start with Werepire since it is a panic set, and I think the abilities are synergetic with how much panic you have inflicted on your opponent, but at the moment I just want to take a look at the skills, since yeah, there's 3 as I expected. Call forth a thorn javelin that rends foes more viciously when striking foes who panic in battle. Okay, so that one's definitely going to be synergetic with Werepire's panic for sure. The might of magic, the magic of might. Your spells are empowered by 18.8% with up to double the boost based on your strength. Oh, okay. So that's good for strength-based spells, I think. That's interesting. I mean, obviously I'm not really going to be able to show that on any of my characters because I don't have strength on any character, but that's interesting. Okay. And You feel a certain joy eat at your name, thinking of how to better harm your foe. If you indulge it, you could spend 20 SP per turn for a bonus 3.8 status potions. Yeah, so that was the skill that I was aware of before coming into this. I'm really a big fan of status potions. Okay, you'll now empower your status effects with magic. Okay, yeah, that's nice. We'll just keep that on. What we're gonna do is start off with some panic infliction, and then I guess what we're gonna try now is this first skill, since it goes off of panic a lot. Wait, what did the weapon do anything? Part of a knight's formal regalia, this magic flag bears a curse of familiar effects, but made with unfamiliar magic. It strikes a weakened, but it strikes a slightly weakened, but cause foes to panic. Oh, so that inflicts panic too. Okay. Try this one. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty good when Oh, so this instills panic as well. Oh, I see. That's quite nice, you know. Does the shield do anything? Okay, so yeah, that's just resistance to status effects as well. Okay. I quite like this, you know. I mean, it's very niche, like. It's very. You need to have wear pie to make this good, in my opinion, since there's not a lot of panic inflicting equipment in the game. But especially with the pet, since it heals more than the jelly pet when you have panic inflicted, I think that's brilliant. Maybe to strike. Wow, that's cool, you know. Go back and inflict some more panic. And do that again. Yeah, the pet heals like a ridiculous amount when you have panic inflicted. It sucks that I'm not really going to be able to show off this skill because I don't have any strength, and I don't have any strength-based spells. But I actually don't really know how useful that's going to be, in my opinion, because we have Spellcaster Lean on Necromancer and a bunch of other armors, and they're just so far ahead of like everything else in the game in terms of like spellcasting. So I'm not too sure how interesting that's going to be, but you know, let's give this set a try on something a little bit more difficult, because I think Combat Practice Trainer is a bit of an easy target naturally. So let's go fight something else. Alright, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I was playing with the set a little bit off camera, like off recording, just doing a few fights, kind of figuring it out a bit more for myself, because I'm not really sure if I understand it fully. It is quite a weak sort of set. I mean, it's strong in places, and there's certainly a use for it, but I think in the grand scheme of things, like especially compared to other equipment that we have, it's very niche, and that comes down to a number of factors. I mean, one, panic is a very sort of, I think, still underdeveloped sort of niche status that only a few items really bring the best out of. Like, for instance, if you don't really have Werepire at your disposal, this set is kind of pointless for you, because this is such an easy, quick cast form of panic. I think too, the skills on the armor are situational at best. I mean, you do need a hybrid to really get the best out of this. especially with the Mind and Matter skill. Like, I can't even showcase it because I don't have strength. I don't use strength-based spells, so it's very much a hybrid-oriented armor. I think the best part is probably the status potence, but again, we have Necromancer for that. Like, that offers status potence, and it's like 30 MCs wrapped into one, and it costs like 60 million less than this armor. Excuse me. I can't really explain why this armor costs 121 million, considering the skills aren't actually that great, or what the logic is behind sub-races costing like, not sub-races, classes costing like 48 million, but this costing 120 million, I think it was. Like, that's absolutely crazy to me. But yeah, I'm really not feeling the set too much. The pet is absolutely the best part by a country mile. It is so strong, especially with Panic, and I think for a werepire, this pet will be your best friend, especially over the Comatoid Jelly, which requires Prime Chaos Orb to be really good, you know. Should put Purple Rain on here. But yeah, there's definitely issues I have with the set, but there's parts that you can make it work with, especially in regards to damage over time builds, status effect builds, like ones that use Necromancer a lot. But I just don't see this being a key part of many people's inventories, you know. However, I do have to give the staff bonus points for kind of coming up with something a little bit different, especially in an era where nuking and just doing as much damage as you possibly can is the main meta and the main sort of strategy that people go for. Alright, so we've finally got Rachel's water resistances to 200. I honestly get kind of tired of showcasing things against her, specifically because I do it in pretty much every single video. But the problem is that there's not really many accessible monsters who have such high HP and such high resistances. Like, she's just perfect for showcasing things against. So it kind of makes it a little bit annoying when there's not a lot else to really do that against. But what we're going to do here is just our regular Panic setup. And then we're gonna slow time, freeze her a little bit. And hopefully we can make this look a little bit better, because I'm not so convinced at the moment by the armor. I mean, yeah, the pet's definitely going to save us in this regard, because we're going to get a huge chunk of SP back right now. Yeah, see, this pet is amazing, but the rest of the set, I think, leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. Yeah, Panic is just not really that strong, in my opinion. There's a lot of issues with it. Right, so we're basically gonna have to kill her here. Yeah, not really feeling this delivery set too much. I think I've given it a fair shot with all the tools at my disposal. Are we going to be able to kill it here? I don't know. Nope. Oh god. Yeah, I think my problem is that I can't think of many Avid situations where you'd want to use these items apart from the pet, maybe. Yeah, bit of a disappointing set to me. I mean, the artwork is amazing. I'm a big fan of it and the colors and everything, but compared to previous delivery sets, I'm not feeling this one. Yeah. I don't know, I think I've showcased it the best I can. The Werepire especially. I think I would definitely need strength on this character to showcase the second skill. But even then, when you have equipment like Necromancer or Blood Mage or even generalist robes like the Wizard robes, is this really something that's going to be useful? I don't know. I'll leave that one up to you guys, but let me know if you've enjoyed playing around with this, if you've enjoyed FROSTVAL so far. Put down in the comments below your predictions for the gift boxes. I have honestly no clue what it's going to be or what it's going to look like, but I'm super excited, and there'll definitely be a video coming out from me for that. I don't know if it'll be a commentary or one of my edited videos, but we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until the gift box video, I'll see you guys soon.